Welcome to the Fox's Den. Yes, this is a story time journey of how I started adult coloring. I wanted to start with coloring flowers and butterflies because I just love to color them. I kept all of my coloring books from when I first started coloring, and it's just amazing to see the growth. Sometimes I'm like, what colors did I pick? Because this looked like a clown show right here, but it's good to see the growth. It really is. I love the fact that I have a lot of different mediums that I can use, and the fact that I know how to use them now. So what you see right now is me coloring a flower, and I'm trying to make it all yellow or shades of yellow. For there's a hashtag called the one color challenge. So I'm using all the different shades of yellow that I have in my alcohol markers and my watercolor markers. And then in my first book of flowers that I colored, we're going to go and compare and see the difference. The main thing that I learned about using alcohol markers: number one, put a piece of paper behind the page or you will destroy your coloring book. Number two, you have to finish what you start or you will have streaks. No questions about it. Also, you need to keep whatever color you're using, you need to keep it wet. Don't let it dry. Keep moving, keep going over the area so you don't have streaks. So I sped this up, just so that it would go faster. But in the end, we are going to compare this finished flower, and I also did a watercolor of another flower, just so we can talk about my pages that I've colored when I first started my journey and how they look now. And let's just say this: I started coloring because of stress. All right, stress is real. All right, y'all, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna stay with you guys along this journey doing a voiceover. Yes, one thing I'd like to say, my favorite color is purple. I know a lot of people have responded their favorite color is green and blue, and I love those colors as well. My husband's favorite color is blue. It is. But yes, what do you like to color? Is there anything in particular that you like to color? I can remember the first Christmas after I started coloring. People started giving me like different coloring mediums and products, and looking at YouTube videos. Oh, it's everything if you want to learn how to use your different items as a beginner. And I still in some ways consider myself a beginner. I haven't tried a lot of different mediums, but I'm Foxy Colorist, and the main thing that I like to do, y'all, is color. All right, this is me watercoloring a page that has a big group of flowers on it. And I'm just showing a snippet of this. As you see, I use my same old watercolors that I used when I first started coloring. I think I'll say this later, but I took those from my daughter because she wasn't using them. So, hey, they mine now. But when I first started, I used them old school ashy paints is what I call them. But what I'm just trying to show when I'm coloring is that I'm trying to outline the leaves with a light color. And then my goal was to go back in with a dark color. And I can say this now because I've been coloring for a while. And on the outside of the flowers, I wanted to have like the light shade of whatever the color is. And then in the middle of the flower, I was going for the darker shade. All right, it's time to get my old coloring book out and let's do a compare. Let's go. All right. This is one of my first coloring books. I bought it from Barnes and Noble and it was on sale. So the first page I'm going to take you to is the page where I did watercolor with this particular watercolor set, the same set that I used when I was coloring him today. Okay, that's not it. Here it is. Do you know how like you're going for a certain look, but you just didn't achieve it? I'm just going to open up the other page so you can see it now. So I'm going to say this is how it started. Yeah, this is how it started. All right, that's how my journey started with watercolors. I was using that watercolor. This is how, and this is how it is going. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to put both. Let me make my stand go up so you can see it. Hopefully that's all right, guys. Hold, please hold. I know the camera's acting crazy. All right, let me peace be still. All right. Hopefully y'all can see what I mean by ashy. Look at this. I was really trying to get this, but back then this is what I got. I had way too much water on the page. I was trying to get a very pigmented look. Like I wanted the colors to be bold and bright, but I mean I had, $1.25 watercolor, but I didn't know, watercolor's water color. What do you say? Motor oil's motor oil. It's not, baby. It's not. But yeah, the same thing. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna give myself an A for effort. But now I can achieve the look that I want. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. But yeah, this is where I started, and this is how it's going now. And I know it's gonna go. I'm gonna improve even more. I know it. I don't know if you can see it, but look, now I know how to blend colors with watercolor. That's purple and that's blue. And hopefully you can see right here where I have like red and orange. And even like with the leaves, when I was here, I didn't understand, I'm like, why does it look so ashy? I couldn't understand why it looked so ashy. Then I went back in like with a pencil. I was trying to correct it. You see here? And I was like, you know what? Forget it. So let me show you another page to another watercolor page. I will say this, gosh, Crystal, because I know the camera can jump in and out. As far as the shine, like this matted page, I used Mod Podge at the top. So whenever I'm using watercolor and it starts to, when it dries, it gets that ashen look. When I'm done, I put Mod Podge on it. And then I also bought, because I just wanted to see how it works. So I put Mod Podge on these two. Let me try to pick that up very slowly so the camera does. Hopefully you can see that. So on that blue one, and then this I think that's like a reddish and a pink. But then on the ones at the bottom here, I use iridescent. And basically what this is, like with your acrylic paints, if you want to add like a iridescent like shine to it, you can add this to, your paint. Or, I mean, I did it with watercolor. Who gonna stop me? Who? Y'all know how I roll. Let's try it. Okay, it didn't blow up. Yay. Okay. But yes, I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy. So as we gaze upon where I am as opposed to how it started, let me show you another page. I was trying so hard to blend. I was trying so hard to blend some colors, guys. And I just gave up. I did. So, and why would I blend it like this? No flower is like, I don't even know why I did it that way. But you see, I stopped. I stopped in my tracks because it didn't look right. I'm not sure the look that I was going for, but I abandoned the page. I just abandoned it. I did. I was like, see you later, alligator. So now what we are going to do is we are going to, you know what? Hold, please. Hold. I have another page. Okay, that's the alcohol page. That's the alcohol page. I wanted you guys to see some other pages in here. Okay, here's a page right here. So this particular page right here. Oh, I hope the camera is not. Let me go slow. This particular page right here, I just know that it was shiny paint because I was tired of the way that everything was looking so matte. So I was like, okay, let me just use some paint that, has like a glimmer or a shine to it. But now I can tell the reason why, even though it's shining, it doesn't have a lot of detail. It's because I put too much of it on the page, and I can see that now, but at the time I just didn't understand why it looked that way. Again, it's cloudy. I can see that it's cloudy. I was trying to go for like a blending technique, and yeah, it just wasn't doing what I needed to do when I wanted it to be done. Okay, but now I know how to do this. I really do. So yes, I will say this. My leaves are serving. This is me using alcohol markers. So I use watercolor paint, shiny watercolor paint here, but I use some alcohol markers right there. Is it alcohol marker? I might have used a combination of both, but them leaves are serving. All right, so let's cut to some alcohol marker pages when I started out. All right, let's go. All right, we are back. Now, this is how it started. Okay. Again, another page that I abandoned because I didn't like the way it looked. I was trying to go for like darker edges, like on the yeah, darker edges on the edge of this flower, but I was like, man, it doesn't look right. Um, I was blending. You see where I was blending. I was trying to blend my alcohol markers, but I kind of stopped abruptly. That's one thing about alcohol markers. It has to stay moist continuously, or you're gonna get streaks. I didn't even finish. Y'all, can y'all see that? Okay, that's how it started. This is how it's going. Yes. Y'all, I'm gonna have to put the little kid saying, yay! This looks so much better. Oh, it looks so much better. It's so funny because when I was coloring it, I was like, do not stop abruptly in the middle. Don't do it. Because I find myself doing it now. But I'm like, if you're going to stop, at least, you want to have some place for it to blend into, or at least put some pencil down. And in the beginning, on the page where I say how it started, I didn't know that. I did not. Let's move this page out the way. I did not know that. And then I can see where I was trying to have I wanted it to be darker down here, but it just didn't blend. And I learned this from Snickerdoodling's channel. When she was coloring gray, she was showing shading by using shades of gray. She says you have a hard time blending your colors. When you're using two colors in the same color family, but the distance between them is too far apart. It's like if you use a very, very like light gray, but then you use a gray that's almost black, it's going to be very hard to blend them. Is it impossible? No. But if you could put two other colors in between that and then work up to that dark gray, then that's gonna give you a better blend. And that is where I can see where I was struggling right here. Now I will say this. Now I know how to, because if you can see, it's darker right here. And that's what I was trying to achieve on the other one, but it didn't work out. And even like on the bottom, like I didn't stop abruptly. And then these colors aren't so far apart in the same color family that I had a hard time of blending it. So I really, oh man, I'm very happy about this. I've learned a lot. I have learned so much. So even though I'm showing you these two pages, let me show you some other pages in my how it started. This is how it started. Look, okay. Some of these pages are really, really good. And then some of them aren't. And I say that honestly. So when I first started learning about alcohol markers. I think I used to look at Coloring Bliss a lot. Hi, this is somebody from Coloring, but I can't think about it. But y'all, hopefully y'all know who I'm talking about. But man, I was alcohol marker crazy. So I think this is a page that I was super proud of. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Okay? Look at them flowers. They look like they belong when you get off the plane from Hawaii, or they be like aloha, and they put that around your neck. I was so very happy about this. I remember this page so much because at this point in my coloring journey, I had actually um, started my Instagram page as Foxy Colorist. Of course, I wasn't doing YouTube or anything like that. Yeah, they always call me Foxy, and then I just added colorist on the end. But I was very proud of it because I could see other colorists actually coloring. So, um, I was able to learn just by sight. One thing that I don't like is, I mean, this look like Halloween and this look like Aloha, but if we just, section it off, it's no cohesiveness is what it's. I got too many colors. But yeah, individually, yes. Can you see where I was shading with my alcohol markers, but then I was too scared to add anything else in, but I was like, nah, you don't do it. Don't do it. But I was very proud of this particular page. Let me show you this page right here, guys. Okay. I actually had to put a sheet of paper over it because it's a mess. Okay. Meaning that I was doing a lot. I absolutely love this page. I actually use colored pencil. I actually shaved, what is it, pastels. See, I was looking at videos, and my skills were advancing. They were, and I had shaved off some of the soft pastels and rubbed it just all over the page. And can you see that the pages is cohesive? It works together. Like you could actually hang it on a wall, where these colors were. But I really like this page. I was really getting into coloring. I really was. I was loving it, and I love alcohol markers. But I think those are these might be colored pencil. Let me see, is there another page this way? Here we go. Let me go slowly, 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 slowly. Here's another page. Now, it's so funny because in the beginning, like this was a really challenging page for me. But I tackled it, but I could just see where I was like trying right here, like to make them darker on the end and lighter. I was, looking at videos about different types of shading and lighting, and I was trying to do that. I don't know what I was doing right here, but again, it's all over the place. Look, we ready for St. Patrick's Day right here, but I was trying. Look at this flower. What? Who? I had fun though. I had fun. It's a journey. It is a journey. It is. So let me show you this other page. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is, here it is. I can remember. Oh yes, this page right here. Okay. I use colored pencil for this. I did. Or I used colored pencil and markers because I was learning about shading. I was learning about you could base something, and I might have based it with crowns just based on how I was feeling. But then you could go back in and do marker shading. This is me adding marker shading. But I just used every color I had. Tell me I didn't. Every color I had, I used it. Let me move the little dinosaur out the way. I remember watching a movie doing this page, guys. But yeah, this is how it started. This is how it started. I was just like, hey, it's wildflowers. I was trying to learn how to do watercolor backgrounds. Even back then, I was trying to learn how to do it. And after I finished, I was like, I'm just gonna leave the page like this. History will tell the tale. And I just left it like this, y'all. I did. Okay, so here we go. These are the pages when I really was into alcohol markers. I'm telling you, I destroyed a couple of books because I did not know about putting the little piece of paper, like behind the page. But I definitely learned how to do it. When I look at this now, you see how orange that looks? Now I know how to shade. Look, every flower doing something else, doing something different. I learned about consistency too. I know about consistency. But this is, I fell in love with coloring sunflowers. Let me go here. I like this page. It's very busy, but at least all the colors go together. I was trying to go for purple, lilac, and orange and green. And I stuck to that, even though it was different shades. Boy, he go a blue flower. Don't look at that. Don't look right there. I don't know why I would just throw in a random color. I don't even know why. But yes, I was pretty happy with this page. Again, this is alcohol marker.
Did you all keep your old books from when you first started coloring? Oh man, I definitely kept mine. Okay, there's another page in here. Man, I had to repair that page. Did I, Jack? No, I didn't. Okay. Because that may be it. All right, so this video is getting quite long. I was going to do butterflies in it, but I will do that in another video. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first of my story time series of This Is How It Started, and this is where we are now. I wanted to, there we go. Okay, so there's some butterflies. Okay, can y'all see how I messed the page up? Oh gosh. I'm trying to show you guys this one other page. All right, hold, please hold. Okay, I found the other pages. Do you know I actually had them sectioned off? Oh my God, help. Okay, so this is a page that I'm proud of. I was learning shading. I told myself, just stick to, like a certain set of colors. Don't go outside the line. And then I was gonna, like finish off this part of the page, but then I was like, that's too much, and I stopped. But I was really happy about how this one turned out in the beginning. I could see my growth. I was getting better. I mean, you can see the growth within this book alone. Okay. But remember how I told y'all I regress? Y'all, what is I don't even need to say nothing, y'all. Do I? Nothing goes together. It's like having mismatched clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Mismatched clothes and your pants are high waters. Okay. Um, that's all I'm gonna say. Mismatch. Nothing's look at the bird. Let's turn. Okay, so this was another watercolor one. This was another watercolor one I was tackling again. Again, it was ashy, and then I kept having to go back in and try to bring the detail, and it was just getting too tiresome. So I was like, okay, this watercolor thing is just not working out for me. I'm not really sure how to do it, so that's why I abandoned it. I abandoned the page. Okay, now here's another alcohol marker page, which is really nice. This one came out nice. I don't know what's up with the little polka dotty things. I was trying to do like texture coloring. I'm quite sure I was looking at somebody's video. Okay, let's move the dinosaur. And was trying to do some texture coloring. Yes. All right, guys. Well, you saw it here. This is my journey with flowers. Yes. Again, this was one of my first beautiful blooms. They still sell this book. This is an awesome book. And this vintage flower book reminds me of it like so much. I bet it's by the same company. But you know what? None of the pages are repeated. Thank you. Because some of these books, I'm like, okay, y'all got the same page in all of these books. Okay, but I digress. But can you see the growth? Can you see the growth? Yes. No more ashy on my watercolor. Oh my goodness. I can blend now. Look at that. Even with the cheap paint. Now remember, y'all, I use that dime store paint. And it still look good. I really like this. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Hey, it's story time at the Fox's Den, and we're talking about my coloring journey. Now, the next journey we're going to talk about is my journey with coloring butterflies. One of the other things that I love to color. I have a lot of new videos coming up, guys. Y'all know I like to drop videos all the time. We're going to be coloring with plastic crowns. Then we're going to be coloring with those big crowns. I got so many new supplies to show you all. And I hope you're here for it. Thank you to all my new subscribers and to my subscribers that I've had for a while. Guys, y'all make coloring even more exciting. Yes. All right. Well, this is Crystal the Foxy Colorist. Okay, let me close it out. I'm signing off from the Fox's Den. Where is that? Now we're gonna have a here we go. I'm gonna end on this page right here because this is how it started. But I already showed you how it's going now. So yeah, stay tuned for butterflies, my story time with butterflies and my coloring journey. All right, like I always say, keep your old coloring book so you can see your progress. Don't throw none of your ugly pages away. Fold them up and stick them in the back. And I also say, keep it foxy. Peace. Bye, guys.